Many of these false believers will lose their lives, including many Israelites, who will never find their peace until the end of the world, because they are ignorant and unwise and deny the power of the Spirit, of love and of knowledge. Truly, I say to you, the people of Israel were never one distinct people, and they have always lived by murder, robbery and fire. They gained possession of this land through guile and murder in reprehensible, predatory wars, where the best of friends were slaughtered like wild animals. May the people of Israel be cursed until the end of the world, and never find their peace. Behold, like sheep among the wolves, I am sending you among the ignorant and the idolaters. Therefore be wise as serpents and innocent as doves. But beware of the people, for they will turn you over to the courts and scourge you in their synagogues. And you will be led before sovereigns and kings because of my teachings, as witnesses to them and to all other ignorant people. If you cannot flee and they turn you over to the courts, do not be concerned. The power of your spirit will not leave you, and your knowledge will tell you what you should say. It will not be you who speak, but the power of your spirit with its knowledge. And you will come to be hated for the sake of my teachings. But those who persevere to the end will be great. When they persecute you in one city, however, flee to another. Do not go to too much trouble with the cities of Israel, for truly, I say to you, you will get nowhere with the people of Israel until the end of the world. The disciple is never above the teacher, nor the servant above the master. It is enough for the disciple to be like his teacher and the servant like his master. If they have called the master of the house Beelzebub, how much more will they malign those of his household? Therefore, beware of Israel, because it is like a festering boil. However, do not be afraid of them, because there is nothing hidden that will not be revealed and nothing secret that will not be known. What I tell you in darkness, speak in the light, and what is whispered into your ear, proclaim from the rooftops. Do not be afraid of evil slander, nor fear those who take life and limb. Do not think that I have come to bring peace on earth. Truly, I have not come to bring peace, but the sword of knowledge about the power of the Spirit, which dwells within a human being. For I have come to bring wisdom and knowledge and to provoke mankind, son against his father, daughter against her mother, daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law, servant against master, citizen against government, and believer against preacher. The people's enemies will be their own housemates. The path of truth is long, and the wisdom of knowledge will only penetrate slowly. Dark ages will follow, centuries and millennia, before the truth of the Spirit will penetrate to the people. The unrighteous and the ignorant, including the scribes, priests and the authorities, will hate those who have the knowledge, and will, therefore, persecute them and sow enmity. Chapter 11. The Baptist's Question. It happened that after Jmmanuel had finished giving such directives to his 12 disciples, he continued on from there, teaching and preaching in their cities. When John in prison heard about the works of Jmmanuel, he sent forth his disciples to him and had them say, "Are you the one who is to come, the King of wisdom, as foretold by the prophets, or should we wait for another?" Jmmanuel answered and said to them, "Go back and report to John what you hear and see. The blind see, the lame walk, the lepers are cleansed, the deaf hear, the dead rise, and the truth of knowledge is proclaimed to those who seek it. And blessed are those who are not offended by my teachings." Testimony about the Baptist. As they were leaving, Jmmanuel began to speak to the people of John. "What did you go out into the wilderness to see? Did you expect to see a reed blowing to and fro in the wind? Or, what did you go out to see? Did you expect to see a man clothed in soft raiment? Behold, those who wear soft raiment are in kings' houses with the rulers and the rich, and with the hypocrites, scribes and priests. Or what did you go out for? Did you expect to see a prophet? Yes, I tell you, he is more than a prophet. This is he of whom it is written, Behold, I will send my messenger before you, who shall prepare your way before you. Truly, I say to you, among all those born of women, no one has arisen who is greater than John the Baptist. But now, in the days of John the Baptist, the earth suffers from violence, and those who commit violence are devastating it. For all prophets and the law have foretold up to the time of John. And if you wish to accept it, he is Elisha, who was to come again in his next life. Those who have ears, let them hear. In praise of the Spirit and the knowledge. But to whom shall I compare this generation? It is like the children who sit at the market and call to their playmates, saying, We struck up a tune for you, and you would not dance. We wailed before you, and you would not mourn. John, who is Elisha, has come neither eating nor drinking, so they say, He is a possessed, but I have come, eating and drinking, and so they say, Behold, what a glutton and windbibber this man is, a companion of the tax collectors and the unjust. Yet wisdom is justified through the acknowledged deeds. In praise of the Spirit and the knowledge. But at this time Jmmanuel began to speak, Praise be to creation, Maker of the heavens, the universes and the earth, for keeping the knowledge and power of the Spirit hidden from the unwise and the misguided, who spread the false teachings, and for revealing this knowledge to sincere seekers now. Yes, it has been good of creation, and of God and His celestial sons as well, that they have thwarted until now the misuse of power among earth humans. All things have now been given over to mankind, and no one knows the secret of creation, not even one person, and therefore neither God nor His followers. And all things have now been given over to me by God, whose guardian angels taught me the laws and knowledge of nature and the laws emanating from creation. So come to me, all you who are seeking and thirsting for knowledge and truth. I will refresh you. Take upon yourselves the yoke of having to learn the new teachings, for they offer enlightenment. Within them you will find peace for your life, because the yoke of spiritual development is gentle, and its burden is light. Chapter 12. Regarding marriage and cohabitation. And it came to pass that Jmmanuel began to speak of the laws of marriage and related topics, and he said, You have been given the directive, You shall not commit adultery. Despite this, people commit adultery and fornication, thus violating the laws of nature. It is written, however, Whosoever commits adultery and fornication shall be punished, because the fallible are unworthy of life and its laws. Thus they shall be castrated or sterilized. If unbetrothed men and women bed down with one another in disgrace and without loving each other, they shall be punished also, for the fallible are unworthy of life and its laws. Thus they shall be castrated or sterilized. And if two men bed down with each other, then they shall be punished, for those fallible are unworthy of life and its laws and behave heretically. Thus they shall also be castrated, expelled and banished before the people. If, however, two women bed down with one another, they shall not be punished, because they do not violate life and its laws, since they are not inseminating but are bearing.